I have your attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to Talking Pop Culture Live, and today we are with the great one, Omnibo from Direct Market Variant. I'm trying to do your voice there. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good, mate. Thanks for having me on again.
As always, thank you for coming. And as always, we've got Gorilla Grodd Mark. How are you, buddy?
How you going, guys? Good to be on. Good start to the weekend.
Yes, weekend it's raining and pouring. An old man is snoring. Shocking. So today's show we're gonna just discuss what we read for the week. We'll go back to the old school segment as well of what we watched for the week. We've had a request from a viewer, Mark. Is you would like to explain a?
Yeah. Mate, messaged me today because he always tunes in on the show. James Hands, he's known. Lives all the way out Lockington Bemorm area, out in a little farm. He would like to bring up a topic. Maybe we talk about our favourite like games, like video games and even superhero video games. Just some suggestions maybe people haven't tried. So, yeah.
Done. So, as we do here, whatever you guys want us to talk about, we'll talk about. So, hit us up with some requests. Now, something I want to discuss before we get into the first segment is Talking Pop Culture and Direct Market Variant have teamed up, and we're doing a TPC TMV Collector's Crawl, November the 27th. So if you are in Melbourne, Australia, and you would like to join us, this is going to be an annual thing we're going to pull out. Hopefully, maybe next year we'll have enough people and rent a bus and make a fun of it. So what it is, hang on. We've got a late entrance here. Mick,
Hey.
How are you, mate? Oh, he might be having some technical difficulties. No, we can hear you, buddy. Can you hear us?
There he is. Oh.
No. Can you hear us, Nick? All right. Well, while Nick gets his stuff ready, the TPC TMV Collector's Crawl, November the. Yep. Was that it? Did you just say hello, Nick?
All right, now I can hear you. I have.
Well, we can hear you.
I'm late, and you couldn't hear me at first, but now I'm back.
How are you, mate? How you been?
We're doing well. How about yourselves?
Well. Good. We're all doing good. Was just talking about how on November 27th, TPC and TMV have joined up to do a collector's crawl, where we're going to go through all comic shops, toy shops, pay a visit, buy something, kind of help out the community of the stores through all the hard times of the coronavirus, and hopefully we can do an annual thing. And like I said, hopefully by next year we'll have a bus full of people. So if you're from Melbourne, Australia, obviously only from Melbourne, Australia, if you want to join in, hit either one of us up on Instagram or email talkingpopculture@gmail.com, and you're more than welcome to join. We've got plenty of cars. We'd like to grow this thing, build a cool community, and yeah. You guys got anything to add on to the collector's crawl? There will be beers at the end of it.
I'm just looking forward to it. It's pretty fun.
Oh, there will be beers.
Yeah.
Next year we get a bus, have the music pumping. We'll make a party bus. You know, like those bachelor parties that they have on the party buses with the music going.
Oh yeah, right. Rowdy.
All right, so the first segment we'll go on about is this week's reads. All right, Miss Mike. Yes, we are super keen for the crawl. It's going to be so exciting.
I think she's more excited about it than me. Yeah, she's coming.
Sweet, beautiful. I can't wait. It's going to be fun to finally actually meet. I've only met Drew in the flesh and obviously Mark, but I met Drew last week at the store. So I finally start to meet you guys in the flesh. So this week's reads, we'll start off with you, Bo. What did you read this week that you enjoyed?
I have started The Walking Dead. Finally. Oh, yeah, I've got everything in hardcover, so I decided to give it a go. I'm up to volume 2. Oh, you got the compendiums. Nice.
See.
Yeah, man. I've got all the 16 hardcovers and the 2 Here's Negan and Alien on hardcover. So I'm up to volume 2 of the hardcover, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm enjoying it.
Did you watch the show or?
Yeah, I actually did. I had a mate that would come over every week and watch it, but then I don't think he realised that he'd have to commit to it for over 10 years. And we both stopped, maybe 2 years ago? So we probably watched up to season 8, and we both just gave up because it was just too much, man, and there was so much filler in the show, and it was so boring for so much, which is a shame because the first few seasons, man, they were killer.
Yeah, they were. I really liked the governor one where they're at the prison.
Yeah.
That season was really cool, and it had the secret town.
I really loved Negan, so we saw that. But then, when Negan becomes like he gets locked up and all that, that's when we stopped watching it. So I'm going to watch it again one day and finish it off. But yeah, man, it's a big dedication.
Yeah, I stopped watching when the son lost the eye. Spoiler alert! Sorry, anyone?
Yeah. I haven't watched or read it, so I got no idea what the hell you're talking about.
The book is a bit different, isn't it? They go
the
a bit
book
different.
is different and a lot better.
Well, that's one thing that's thrown me off. Like, for example, the character Carol in the show, she's this timid, beaten up housewife who ends up becoming, like a boss. Where in the comic, she's just completely different, and it's really thrown me off, and it's taken me a while to get used to it. So I don't know where they went with that show, and they've changed it so much. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
All right, Mark, we'll go with you. What did you read this week that you enjoyed, sir?
There was a couple I had down here that I got through this week. So I picked up this Task Force C.
No spoilers. I've got that. I won't get it.
I'm just quickly going to run over that. I wasn't great the first issue, but obviously going to give it time. Also, I was going to wait and get all 4 of these last ones, but there's been heaps of hold-ups about it. So Daredevil.
Great series.
Run, yeah.
Love
I'm picking up issue 35 today. I'm really enjoying it. I was going to wait until 30 because it's going to stop at 36. So I was going to wait and get all the last 4 issues, but I just couldn't wait anymore. I'm really enjoying that. It's been really good, but also I won't give any spoilers for that.
Are you looking forward to Devil's Reign?
100%. And the Daredevil Woman of Tomorrow, Electra one. I reckon that'll be pretty cool.
It's all keen. I'm so excited, and obviously, for us, I'm just looking forward to a couple of years from now when they do an Omni and that everything is collected. So that's exciting.
It would be really cool to read all in one hit. I reckon it'd be really cool.
A lot of Daredevil, I think, is better when you read it as one hit, but
I reckon that's why I try to collect a few of them and then just read them all in one go. Because if I read them week to week, they're not as.
You kind of forget sometimes, but yeah.
Because there's a lot happening. There's so many characters to keep track of. And then Crush and Lobo, also reading that. And I actually really enjoy this. Not much has happened, but for some reason, I'm really liking it because I've never known much about Crush because I don't really read Teen Titans or anything like that. So I don't know much about the character, and Lobo's barely in it so far. So it's basically, somehow she gets tricked into taking places with Lobo in prison because, Lobo's locked up and, tricks her in to go meeting her, and then he swaps positions with her. So he escapes, and because they just go by numbers. So because they got the same DNA, they just go by DNA. So they think Lobo's still in jail because Crush is in there. So he totally did the dirty on her. And then he skipped town and she sort of convinced the warden, I'm not Lobo. I mean, look at me. I'm not Lobo. And then they made a deal with the prison warden, goes, well, we need to fill that number. So either you go out there and catch him and bring him back, or you're going to put a bomb to – she's got a watch. She's got 48 hours to catch him and bring him back to prison and fill that spot, or the bomb's going to go off in a wash. And, and that's where we're kind of up to. And she's sort of in this issue, which is issue 6 out of 8, she's sort of given up and she's gone to a casino, gone on a date, that sort of stuff. And anyway, I don't know. There's not a heck of a lot's happened, but I've actually really enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the writing. She narrates through most of it. She's pretty funny. So, yeah, crush and love it. I like it.
Just a quick shout out to the chat. Obviously, Miss Might, Remy Q Studios. Thanks for joining us. Adrian Panda Awesome 316. What up, fam? Thanks for joining us, brother. Drew Collins. Thank you for joining us. And Aspitsi Bin Senin. Thank you for joining us. Who says, what t-shirt does Mark and Nick wearing now via full screen? And then we got the naughty chat thing just popping up now. I have no idea if this is spam or what it is, but it popped up the last 2 shows now. I didn't know my
You're a spammer.
My one's a Dead Man t-shirt, so Strange Adventures.
Well, Gremlins t-shirt.
Well, since we're all showing off the Sixers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Nick, what lovely read did you read this week?
I haven't had a lot this week, but a couple things I enjoyed. I've been catching up on the newest Fantastic Four issues by Dan Slott. There was the 60th anniversary, which I think was like issue 685 if you go by legacy numbering, but it was like a big oversized anniversary issue, and it was good. It was a Kang story. It was basically like different versions of Kang. You had like Immortus and actual Kang, and then Centurion and whatnot, basically kind of competing with each other to like go to different points in the Fantastic Four's history to like steal a time artifact that Reed Richards' dad had kind of planted in the past. So it was just a fun kind of story because it just kept going and going. It actually really did feel like you read 4 issues in one, and like every 20 or so pages they had like a new cover art and stuff like that, and they were pretended like it was a new issue and stuff. So that was a lot of fun. I've been catching up on the newest issues of Miles Morales as well, kind of dealing with the Clone Saga fallout and his new suit. Have you guys seen the new Miles Morales suit? Like the kind of tracksuit pants style thing. I think it looks like garbage, personally. It looks like a knockoff Kane Scarlet Spider. And I like Kane Scarlet Spider, but I don't like this Miles Morales suit even one little bit. So I hope it doesn't last for a while. But like even seeing the Devil's Reign solicits, Mark, you can see Miles is wearing that suit. So
That one, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
Not a fan. But yeah, that's kind of it. I haven't been reading a whole lot this week, but just a few issues like that kind of kept me entertained.
Right. Well, this week I stopped reading all my my comics. I put them on hold because I picked up a book which I haven't grabbed, which I'll grab behind my new cool bookshelf. Destroy All Monsters.
Nice.
I don't know. Have you guys been reading the other 2 books? Or
I only just picked up Reckless like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So I've ordered the others, but I haven't read it yet.
I won't obviously go into too much and spoil it, but man, this is like a series, and they've announced the 4th one, which is awesome news. But man, Ed Broadbaker, he can tell a twist so good. Like the bloke can just throw you off course. Like you can think one thing's gonna happen, but then the complete opposite happens. You get drawn. He makes you really, really get drawn to all the characters. Like he just really pulls you in. And man, if you're like a crime thriller, psychological kind of fan, this is a book. Like, well, start off as you don't need to really. It's funny because you don't really need to read them all. Like you don't need to read Reckless. Well, you read Reckless to understand who Ethan is and about his life and how he all started. But then the other books don't really go into much about the previous book, or it doesn't really go into anything because it's
kind
just
of
pretty much.
self-contained.
Sorry?
It's kind of self-contained.
Yeah. It's pretty much just him just telling you stories about, or the guy Ethan telling you stories about his life. So each book is just, this is what happened to me one time. You know what I mean? So it's really good. You don't need to read all 3, but Destroy All Monsters personally is probably not the greatest one. It's I'm not gonna say the worst one because it's still really, really good. It's not, you know what I mean? But it's just like it sets up the next trilogy. Like, you know what I mean? Like it ends those three and starts up the next three. So if you haven't read it, I would honestly jump on the Reckless series, man, because there's a fourth one, which they're gonna call it. I won't spoil anything for you, so don't worry. The fourth one is The Ghost in You, which is gonna come out. So it's gonna be April next year. So
Cool.
I can't wait. I can't wait for that one. So this I'll pick up the comic store to help out.
Yeah. The art's pretty good in that too, isn't it? I remember you showing me the art of Reckless.
Sean Phillips.
Oh yeah. No, the art. Yeah, I don't want to open it, and it doesn't have. Not gonna have any spoilers, but
I'll show off a few pages.
It's Sean. It's
that's awesome.
It's not too like detailed, and I don't know if I'll get in trouble for this, but he I won't show it. There's a scene in here with all orgies happening, and if you guys wanted to know that, but like it's just your vintage Sean Phillips artwork, but like there's not a lot of dialogue, but there's enough dialogue. It just gets into depth, and
nice.
Yeah, man, I really enjoyed it. And obviously, if you guys haven't picked it up, I would definitely pick it up. Yeah, mate, I definitely would read it. It's not as good as the other two, but it is good. It is good.
I also got a question probably for Bo and Nick. I thought I was reading solicits of what's coming up soon, and I noticed that Silk's got a new series coming up in February or January, and I really liked what was getting set up in the story. And I see that she just had a trade come out today or this week, and of her last series that just ended. I was just wondering, do you recommend that? Because it sounds pretty cool. Like I never know much about her.
I don't know about Bo. I haven't kept up with Silk since probably after the first year of her debut, and like a few years back, I was just kind of buying digital codes off Reddit for like $1. So I read her series digitally, and I thought it was all right. I didn't think it was great. It kind of goes into like, you've read it obviously, so it kind of like explores her family and stuff like that. And I recently read some of the clone conspiracy stuff. I think you read that as well, Bo, with the Silk tie-ins. It's not bad. The newest 5-issue mini, I haven't read at all, so I've got no idea what they've done with it. But I'm hoping there's enough content now for an Omni, and if they did a Spider-Gwen one, maybe they'll do a Silk one. Especially if he appears into the Spider-Verse too. I'm hopeful.
Yeah, I don't think they will.
What do you reckon, Bo?
Yeah, I've read everything Silk except this latest series because I'm waiting for the trade. And yeah, I've always enjoyed her. I mean, I think
it came out this week, that trade. So
yeah, as a character, I've always actually thought Silk was more of an original idea and had more potential than Spider-Gwen. I was never a huge fan of Spider-Gwen, only because she started off as what was just a cover thing, and then she became a character, and everyone loved the costume, and she became really popular. Where Silk has a lot more connections to actual Peter Parker and Spider-Man, and the fact that she's got her own powers and her own origin that connects to Spider-Man, I thought, maybe it wasn't maybe they should have put a different writer on it. I don't know, but it was a wasted potential, and I don't understand why Spider-Gwen went so much up and Silk went so much down with the viewership, or people that bought it. I mean, so yeah, I mean, I think Silk has a lot of untapped potential. I'd definitely buy an Omni if they did it, but I doubt they will because I don't think the money's there for Marvel.
Yeah, cool.
Not unless the character becomes more popular, I think.
Yeah, I kind of like the backstory to it and stuff like that. And as I said, it's a new character for me. And I kind of liked what I was reading in the solicits, and then I went back and checked her trades and stuff like that. I'm going, that sounds pretty cool. So I wanted to sort of ask you guys as well. So, yeah, I'm definitely picking it up then, I think. That was my final hurdle? Ask somebody
I
else.
was tempted to start, like, but Bo knows my disposition with collecting trade paperbacks. Like, I'll get them if I have no choice on something, and they have started to release like complete. Oh, they're calling them Out of the Spider-Verse Volume 1, Volume 2. I think there's a Volume 3 coming out as well, and that's, you know, thick trades that have like 12 to 15 issues in each, and so far, like, there's clearly enough content for an Omni if they want to push it. But I think, like Bo said, you know, there needs to be an audience that'll actually buy it, and a lot of people know Spider-Gwen. And honestly, she's got a cooler costume, and I think that's subjectively or objectively what it comes down to. Her costume's cooler, and I think people were more willing to go, hey, that's cool. Let's dig deeper into this character. The original Silk costume was, you know, very scantily clad. They changed that within like how many issues, but it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't many. But to be honest with you, I actually really liked the first costume.
I didn't mind it, and I especially don't mind it when I go to Comic-Con and I see people cosplaying as a, you know,
Oh,
but
geez, I haven't seen that.
Oh, I've seen a few. I saw one guy just drop his toilet paper and he goes, I'm Silk. And I'm like, I love it, man. I love it.
For those that don't know, the original costume, because Silk, one of her powers is that she can just produce webbing from her fingers. She would just go, you know, and cover herself in webbing, and that would be her costume. And I thought that was really cool.
Cool.
I'm not a fan of her actual costume now with the red. You know, I think that's just a bit.
I mean, it's fine. It's not like it doesn't wow me, but like, you know, Spider-Gwen's costume.
It looks very Electra-like, doesn't it?
Yeah. And Spider-Gwen's costume is really good. It's just I don't understand why people love the character so much. You know, I mean, I've read it all, I enjoy it all, but I would much rather read Silk than Spider-Gwen.
Yep. Cool. Awesome.
Well, look, obviously the miniseries that came out recently was popular enough, and it must have sold enough, because the new series that's been solicited, I don't think it's been marked as a miniseries. I think it's an ongoing, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it starts February, or Jan or February. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is an ongoing. That's why I was sort of asking. Maybe I'll pick up the last 5 issues and then do this ongoing.
Look, I think especially if you've got the luxury of just grabbing a trade, if you're not too keen to backtrack and buy. Although I don't think there was any kind of spec issues in the last 5 issues of Silk, so probably could find the back issues relatively cheap. But grab the trade, I reckon, and see how you go with it.
Yeah, cool. Done.
Have you read anything Silk, Matt?
No, well, that's why I was asking. I'm Matt, sorry. Yeah.
No, because Matt just looks like he's going like.
Yeah, I just nodded my head, but I don't know what you guys are talking about. But nah, I've seen like Spider-Gwen, but nah, nothing Silk.
Yeah,
I've read, like, I've only known her in some of the Spider-Man runs when she pops in, but
yeah,
I don't.
It's been 7 years now that she's been in publication. It's hard to believe it's been that long.
Nah, I'm slowly getting into the Marvel world, mate. I don't want to go throwing it all at once. So.
Fair enough.
I only spent the last 5 years. I want to gradually work my way in. So
slowly juice.
I'm reading, like, just from her appearances in Spider-Man, I do lean towards agreeing that I think she's more interesting than Spider-Gwen. But yeah, that's my thoughts. I haven't read the full characters, but anyway. Let's get into what we watched for the week, because I got something exciting that I watched. I'm going first with this one because I'm going to lose my reputation. I wanted to talk about Lock and Key, but I haven't finished it yet. I've been watching that as well. I'm up to episode 7. I'm going to buy I wanted to watch the first season. I was like, shit, I've got to buy the books and read them, because I've heard the books are a lot better than the show, and I'm actually really enjoying the show. So if the show's really, really good, I'm guessing the books obviously are going to be a lot more entertained. But I watched the movie, getting into the Christmas spirit. Got you guys on Facebook, so you would have seen on my little post there with my Snoop Dogg, Cali Wed, 19 Crimes, bottle of red wine. I watched on Netflix a movie called Love Hard. It's a Christmas kind of rom-com. So we watched it because it's about 2 people that meet on a dating app, and being that my partner and I met on a dating app, we thought, this would be a good movie to watch. So briefly what it's about is, and it's actually really good. What it's about is a lady, a writer. Her name's Natalie. She's a writer. She always writes about all her bad dates. I don't know if you've ever on the dating app world and all the bad dates that used to happen on those apps. And she used to write about it on her blog and was very good. And, would get all these views and all that. Anyway, she falls in love with a guy that she meets on the app. And they just keep talking and talking and talking for months on months. And he's like, I just wish you were here. So she decides to surprise him for Christmas and fly over there. And the problem is this guy is nothing what he looks like in his photo. However, the catch is he used one of his friend's photos and she sees that guy. And so in her head, she's fallen in love with that guy, but not him. So he makes a deal with her, listen, because he just wanted someone to talk to, you know what I mean? He's like a very geeky, nerdy kind of bloke, and he just wanted, he didn't have confidence in himself. He was just happy to just talk to her via messaging. So it's like, I won't get a deal with you. I'll help you get my mate, help you get the real guy, and you just got to pretend to be my girlfriend for the rest of Christmas. Because all the family are wrapped because he's never had a girlfriend and all that. So he's all family, you got a girlfriend now. And then, as you would imagine, it all falls apart. So you've got to watch it. And it's honestly like a funny rom-com. It's a good rom-com. I like my rom-coms. That's how I am. But it got really like, I always check the ratings and I never really like pay attention to them. Like IMDb had it at like 6.5 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes like 40%. Metacritic's like 30%. And it annoys me because I understand why there's a lot of story potholes. Like how the hell does this woman get his address? Like it never explains how he gets. So how does she know where to go? He lives in New York. She's in LA. So at what point did he exchange a number? Because he would have never told you his address because he never wanted to see you in person. Never had plans. So I understand why the critics are like, there's so many potholes. But the messaging in it is really, really good. Like it tells you, like at the end of it, you learn, okay, I just got to be myself. I don't need to lie about who I am. It teaches you to actually like people for who they are, not what they look like. It has really good, strong messages in it. So
where's
I
this
don't know
on?
why. It's on Netflix. It's a Netflix original. So what up, Mark? Thanks for joining us. Love Hard. Honestly, watch it. It's the romance. It is pop culture, mate. It's a movie, like we're talking. It's talking pop culture. Movies are pop culture. Comics are pop culture. Wrestling's pop culture. I classify sport and music as pop culture. So we're talking about everything that's pop culture related. The other guys have spoke about comics, and I'm sure they're going to speak about a cool show or movie that's a lot more better than mine. But check it out. Check it out. Mark Bassington, check it out. You go and watch Love Hard, and then you tell me if I'm wrong. I cried at the end. I had a tear in my eye. My missus was bawling her eyes out. So if you're watching it if you got a partner, they'll probably cry their eyes out.
Oh well, then I'll definitely watch it.
Just watch it. I promise you guys, you'll actually enjoy it.
Yeah. I saw the preview to it this morning, so it didn't look too bad. It looked funny.
Hey, it's number 1 in Australia right now.
Yeah,
it's good.
That's because that Red Notice just came out this morning too, so I dare say that'll get one.
And it has the greatest. Let me just add one thing. It has the greatest debate of all time in the movie throughout the movie. The greatest debate that will start punch-ons and everything, and that is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah,
it is.
We've settled it, haven't we?
That debate is in this movie. Like Natalie, the female character, she firmly believes
it takes place at Christmas.
Exactly. There's a Christmas tree in the middle of the building.
Yeah,
she firmly believes
added and written. It's anyway.
The main lead, Natalie, she firmly believes that it's a Christmas movie, and then he argues with her that Love Actually is the greatest Christmas movie of all time. So watch it; it's good.
Nick, I've been told
hey, Mark,
Jingle All the Way. That's the best one.
Jingle All the Way. That's a great one. Yeah. I'd argue Gremlins.
Yeah, I love Gremlins. Gremlins 2 is not a Christmas one, is it?
I didn't even realize that was the shirt you were wearing, Nick.
I said Gremlins before.
Yeah,
Shut it off. I had the little gizmo. I fucking lost it when I moved. I'm spewing.
Mate, I've been waiting over 20 years for another Gremlins movie. When they finally do that one day, I'm going to be so happy.
They're doing it. They'll do it. 100%. They'll do it.
Yeah.
There's a big rights problem.
Yeah. There's
What'd you watch, Nick?
There's a hilarious little song that someone made. It's like What Happened to Gremlins 3. Check it out after this. It's so unexpected. It just takes this. It's like a 2-minute little song. It's ridiculous. Watch it.
Oh, you're gonna have to show me that.
I'll find it and I'll show you guys later on. It's just, and it's so unexpected. You don't expect this song to be so good, but it really, anyway, I've said expected too much. It doesn't make sense anymore. So, what have I been watching? I watched Shang-Chi last night, not on Disney Plus. I went and bought it and then watched it on glorious 4K Blu-ray. I was saying to the boys, it felt odd buying a film that I hadn't seen before. Like a Marvel film, and then watching it at home was a bit of a different experience. So I know I've had a few weeks to go and watch it since lockdown, but I just haven't had the chance. And when I was meant to go last week, I was crook, and I'll probably go see Eternals tonight now because I was going to go see Shang-Chi, but now I don't have to. It was awesome. I really enjoyed it. I'm sure you guys have probably seen it by now. I had really low expectations in the sense that I didn't even keep up with the development or the lead up to the release of the film. I don't even think I watched more than one trailer. So I had almost no idea what was going to happen. And I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun.
10 out of 10, greatest MCU film. I'll debate and argue with anyone. But anyway.
I don't reckon it was a 10 out of 10 personally. I reckon it was like a 8.5. Maybe a solid 9.
Yeah.
I don't know because they had the moving chairs. So I don't know if the moving chairs made it a lot more entertaining, but
well, you know what? If I saw it at the cinemas, maybe my experience would have been a little bit different, and maybe I would have been.
That fight scene in the forest between the mum and dad when they first met, I'll tell you, the greatest scene I've seen in a fucking movie. But anyway, what were you going to say, Mark?
On Disney Plus, Shang-Chi has 2 versions on it. One of them being the 4K DVD release, and the other one being the IMAX release as well. So.
Okay.
Might be worth checking that out because I went to watch it last night with my partner and we got sidetracked and watched something else. But yeah, it's got 2 versions of it on there.
Cool.
Right. Okay. Well, my buddy's got like a glorious 77-inch TV in his room, so maybe I'll go check out the IMAX one in that because he'll probably want to watch it as well. I've also been catching up with the Chucky series, which is really
is that good? What's it on?
Oh, it's so good. It's on the 9 Now app. So you got to watch a few ads between, but it's free to watch.
So it's on 9 now. Okay.
Yeah, but don't leave it for too long because like after a while, episodes expire. I think they got 5 episodes on there now. It's really good, but if you haven't watched, like I'm sure you guys have kept up relatively with the Child's Play series. You're not the remake with the Mark Hamill automated doll. That's not what I'm talking about. But if you haven't watched Curse of Chucky and Cult of Chucky, I would check those out.
I haven't seen Cult of Chucky. Is that the last
really
one?
Good. Yeah, that one came out like 2017. It was really good. I watched Curse because that was like straight to DVD. I watched Curse, I think the year it came out, and I was like, hey, that was pretty good, you know? And then I forgot about it. And then, you know, when Cult came out a few years later, I just completely disregarded it. And it wasn't until my like Ms. Might a few months back was like, hey, you want to watch all the Child's Plays? I'm like, sure, let's rewatch. And then we watched Cult, and I'm like, man, that's really good. And then the next morning, the TV series trailer dropped, and I'm like, oh, this is just perfect timing. So, and it's basically, look, it's its own story, but it's continued on with the stuff that they've developed in the last 2 series, and it's just really fun so far. It's a good watch. Check it out.
I've been hearing a lot of people talking about how good it is, and I've checked Netflix, checked Amazon Prime. I'm like, where the fuck is it?
I thought it would be on Prime or something, but not now. But you know what I was thinking? Like even before this series, I was like reading a review of someone from like Cult of Chucky, and I laughed because I said something like the 7th installment in a film franchise has no right to be this good, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, it is really good. Like at this point, you must have low expectations, especially like I wasn't born in the 80s, so I haven't been watching the movies since then, but I did watch them when I was a kid in the 90s, so I've kind of grown up with them. And it's nice to see that it's still going and it's not it's not shit. It's genuinely
Well,
good.
I've got Cult of Chucky on Blu-ray. It's just that I put it on for like 10 minutes. I was like, yeah, I'm just not feeling it. And
Nah, you know what? Watch it tonight, Matt. It's tonight's. It's Nick and Janae's recommended, and then go and watch the series on 9 now. I think it's every Wednesday. I think there's new episodes. So, and it's really. It was a little slow, but it's really picking up, and it's making connections to the old movies as well. So it's worth checking it out.
Cool. You thought they would have ran out of ideas by now, but it's still going strong.
To be honest, like, and I won't spoil it, like, because you know what we're talking about, Mark. But like with some of the stuff they've done, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, why not? Why not? It's been 20, 30 years. Why not do something different? You know, I'll go along for this. And if you don't like it, don't watch it. Just go back and watch the other stuff because it's still there.
Yeah, it's still there. So yeah.
Maybe,
Mark,
maybe disregard the Mark Hamill one because it wasn't good.
Yeah.
What'd you watch, Mark?
I watched a movie earlier on in the week, The Harder They Fall, that Western movie that's out on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's got Idris Elba as the main bad guy in it. And the dude that plays is the main character in it is the dude that's playing Kang, the Conqueror, in the Loki TV series and stuff like that. And he was really good. Like, it's really southern, old school Western. I think it's mainly, I would say, 96% black cast. So it's all African-American cast. So it was pretty cool, a different spin to it, like a lot of good music on it too. And it was kind of like two street gangs, but a Western type. And it was pretty cool.
West Side Story.
Yeah, it went for 2.5 hours. It was a bit long. There's a lot of bits where it just doesn't do much, but I'm happy to just sit back and watch them acting because I actually thought the performances were really good. The accents were really good. The end to it was amazing. So, yeah, I definitely recommend it. Like, it is long. I don't think I'd watch it again anytime soon. But I definitely did enjoy it for something different. And also, I caught up last night. I still got one episode to go. Stargirl, I caught up on that because I always watch CW shows and it's going okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Mark's polite way of saying it's shit.
Mark, that says it all.
Eclipso's awesome in it, but he's only popped up like twice. And it kind of got the feeling like it's a Nightmare on Elm Street, but a PG version because obviously Eclipso's messing with all of them. So they start seeing their greatest fear or whatever. And it's kind of like the PG version. It's just, yeah. It's okay, though. There have been a couple of really good scenes, though, and the Shade's in it. The Shade has been really good. I really like that actor playing as Shade. So he's been really cool. But, yeah, it's been good. I still think it's good, but season 1 was definitely a lot better.
Well, it's funny because just before you go, Bo, at the end we've got our Trivia Pursuit Challenge. And you guys have mentioned a lot of things that are actually in the questions that I've got. So I'm just like, oh, this is going to work out good. But anyway, Bo, what did you watch?
So I've been going through Game of Thrones with my partner. We're up to season 5 now and going strong.
Fuck,
and
how quick are you going to it?
Mate, I'm going through it, buddy. Mate, well, I don't muck around.
Watch, man. Both can watch.
I love it, man. I absolutely love it. And, you know, I've said it to Nick a few times before, and you've got to watch it, dude. It's just so freaking good. I love it. But apart from that, a shout out to our Rocket Rod. He's my boy that whenever I want to watch something and I can't be bothered going through all my apps, I message Rod and I go, dude, hit me up. I need something to watch. I want horror or fantasy or what I just call just some cool shit. And Rod ends up going, all right, check out Antebellum.
I haven't seen that yet.
He wouldn't tell me what it was about. He said, don't watch a trailer, just go in blind. And the dude was spot on. I watched it. It was pretty good, man. It was I enjoyed it so much that I now want to watch it again with my partner.
Right. Is it a spooky movie? Scary?
I don't know how to explain what the movie is without giving anything away.
Did you jump? Did you scream?
Which I think is why
Bo
Ron said.
loves scary shit, man. Like I'm a bitch when it comes to horror.
No,
I
it's
like a little bit of thriller. I don't like scares.
No,
That's
it's
like
not.
me. I love chili. I'll throw as much chili as I can, and I'll torture myself. It's like horror movies. I love them. I'll watch them, but I'll scream and I'll fucking look away.
It's not a horror. It's not a scary movie. Okay, so it's about a woman in the Civil War era, but then all of a sudden it jumps to today, and it's the same characters in the Civil War era and today, and you're sitting there trying to work out what the hell's going on, and when you think you have worked it out, you have not, and then the twist comes and it's great.
So it's not Annabelle's not the one with the doll. I'm thinking it's a doll.
No. That's Annabelle. I said Antebellum.
I thought you said Annabelle. Okay.
Yeah, and it's on Amazon.
Okay, cool.
We'll have to check that one out then. I love those twists. I love those head mess. Like I love those ones.
This is one of those.
Yeah.
And you know what? As egotistical as this sounds, I usually get before they happen. Like I can usually,
so do I.
You know what I mean? When you've watched so many movies in your life, there's not much that can get past you, you know. And this, I was angry with myself that I didn't think of and I didn't get.
You know, I'm like that too. I always guess them. But
watch this and you tell me if you picked it before you got told what it is.
I probably won't now. Before we get into trivia, our request for one of our viewers was that we talk about our favorite video games or our favorite superhero games. Tough question, man.
Like in general.
Yeah.
Favorite video game ever is Super Mario 64 without any hesitation because
it's on the Switch. How good is it?
Favorite superhero video game, I'll just give it to Spider-Man PS4 because it's just great story, fun. I've played it, 70 plus hours just on one save file, and then you do it again. So great, awesome. But I could talk for a whole episode about superhero video games. I won't. But Mario 64 favorite game of all time, and I'll give Spider-Man the favorite superhero game.
Just on that 64, this is how much 64.
Yeah, you got Banjo-Kazooie. I love it.
I got fucking 264. Dude, Mario 64 was a fucking bomb.
Matt, the 64 is the only console that since I've owned it has always been connected to the TV.
It does. How did you get it to work? Because all it does, I'm hanging for Banjo-Kazooie because it's not on Thingo. It comes up black and white when I plug it in with the red, white, yellow cords. Do I need some?
Your TV wouldn't be compatible with it then. You'll need to get a signal converter for it. You can get like HDMI adapters, but they're literally like $200 each. They're not cheap.
Because you know what?
Banjo-Kazooie is coming to the Switch expansion soon, so just wait.
It is going to come on there?
Yeah.
Because 64 not only has the Mario 64, it has the best 2 wrestling games of all time as well.
Go on.
No Mercy and WrestleMania 2000, man.
Yeah.
Why? Are they just fun to play or why? What's good about it?
No, it's just the story was good. It's just...
I don't remember the No Mercy one.
Hey, sorry?
I don't remember the No Mercy one.
I don't remember the No Mercy.
No Mercy was first, and then it was WrestleMania 2000.
Yeah, 2000.
There was NWO versus WCW.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which was kind of the same, but man, No Mercy and freaking WrestleMania 2000. It's just the stories were good. Like it was repetitive, but I guess you can say, what was the first SmackDown on PlayStation? SmackDown.
Oh, jeez.
That was all right.
I haven't owned a console since PlayStation 2, so I haven't played a game in a long time.
I even played that one. That was like early 2000s, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Okay, and the only reason I know that is because, like, as a kid, I liked Spider-Man. That's not a surprise. Wasn't really into wrestling, and I can remember at the time, like my auntie. I grew up with my auntie. She's only a little bit older than me, so we were really close. Her boyfriend at the time like come over and he was like, I got you a game, and it was like that SmackDown game, and I'm just kind of like, oh, cool. And he bought himself Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro, and I'm like, I would have preferred that. And my auntie's like, you're swapping the games. You're going to give him Spider-Man. You're taking the wrestling. And I was just like, yes, because I didn't really want the wrestling game.
Actually, just we're talking about I want to. So, here in Melbourne, we've got that expo. Have you guys gone to the Acme Expo?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
In
not
the
the Disney one.
Yeah, at Federation.
Have you gone into the other one? We had all the games and all that.
Oh, with
Bloody lovely.
Cuphead and stuff like that. Yeah, I went a few months back with Ms. Might. It was awesome. That was such a fun day.
I'm trying to airdrop the photo, but it has a. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Now I can just let me share this screen. Let me just show you this, man. Oh, I swear it was the coolest thing. Share screen. We're gonna go like that. All right. This thing here. Where'd it go? That has all
The controllers.
of the controls
Oh wow!
of every console.
Yeah.
Gee.
Oh, I see
Every console.
see the old Duck Hunter Nintendo one, the gun.
Yep.
Yeah, there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it had the Buzz, the questionnaire one, the
Yeah,
64 Genesis.
Oh,
Man.
Buzz. Oh, yeah, on PlayStation. Gosh, it's gone.
Yeah.
Remember Buzz?
Did it have
Yeah.
the old Atari like pad and you had like one button?
Yeah. It had
Jeez.
all of them.
Did it have the
See, I don't
Nintendo?
know favorite game.
Did it have the Nintendo glove?
Power Glove.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I don't think it had the glove.
Yeah. That thing sucked, man. Like, yeah, did you ever actually use it?
Probably right, yeah.
It
I
was
just remember
it
seeing
looked
the ad
cool.
when I was a kid and really wanting it.
It's
No, I think
I
that's the glove on there.
dead set. Like I've seen a guy walk down like Swanston Street just wearing it, like obviously as a fashion type thing in the
Clearly.
city. You know, it's so bad.
All right, what's your favorite? Because I'm trying to play Zelda. Because I never finished. I never even started Zelda on Nintendo 64. So I'm trying to play that at the moment.
Mate,
But-
Ninja Turtles.
My
Yeah.
favorite game. Yeah, I was about to say the arcade Ninja Turtles. Man, you fucking took it from my mouth, man.
I
That was
I
just the
remember-
one game I could just non-stop.
remember a kid had a birthday at Time Zone when I was young,
Mm.
and that you know they closed the doors and you could play all the games for as
Yeah.
long as you wanted. And I, no shit, only played Turtles until I clocked it. I just played and played and played. I would, because it was the only time that I could possibly get through the whole game because I never had
Yeah.
enough coins
Because you had the
to,
time.
to continue playing. Where this one, I just went, nah.
Are
screw
we
it.
talking Turtles in Time, or we're talking like the original Turtles arcade with the
Original.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
original arcade. The
Yeah.
superhero, I'm going to say Injustice 2. Yep,
Yeah,
I said that over
That's my
Arkham
one
series.
Injustice too.
Yeah. I know a lot of people love the Arkham series, but that Injustice 2, like the customization of the outfits, and I just continually grinded that game out, eh?
The multiverse and stuff like that. It was really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. I love the Arkham series. If we're talking, favorite superheroes, but then to be honest, I also loved Miles Morales Spider-Man better than the first one. So, and I know a lot of people disagree with me on that one.
I enjoyed it. I beat it. Like I beat that game. Like
Dude, it
Back
did in one
to
day.
yeah, you beat it one game. You beat it one day, and then I beat it again. Like literally, as soon as I finished it, cool. It's up to difficulty. Let's get the trophy. I don't trophy hunt or achievement hunt
Yeah,
anymore.
no, not dry.
Yeah.
Like there are some games where I'm like, yeah, I want the satisfaction of having beaten you, everything, and if that happens to get me all the trophies along the way, so be it. So that was one of the games in recent memory, but yeah, that wasn't a full-fledged game. Let's be real.
Has anyone picked up the Guardians of the Galaxy yet? I know that Rod had, but
It looks good. No, Rod's shown a few things from it and said it's pretty good. I don't know. I'm really apprehensive because the Avengers game wasn't good, so I didn't bother to even
bad.
pre-order. I didn't know Guardians was out yet. I thought it was coming out next year.
No, I didn't know it was that either. And I didn't get Avengers, and I'm not going to get Guardians.
Yeah, I'll wait. I'm not in any
I'll wait
rush.
for the Spider-Man and Wolverine. They're the next
I'm
superhero
definitely
games.
getting Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad, but
Oh
Who
yeah,
knows when they're
yeah,
coming
yeah.
out.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
Bro, you said Ninja Turtles, didn't you?
Yeah, mate.
Mark, what do you said you agreed with
Yeah,
me, boy.
Injustice and I didn't like the
Have
Avengers
you seen the
game.
movie Injustice yet?
No, I hadn't yet.
For some reason, it's been delayed. I had it on pre-order at JB, and I got an email saying that they've cancelled it. When I asked them why, they said it's not available from the supplier. And now it seems to be coming out in like December, January, which I don't understand.
Okay, I thought I saw it on. I was flicking through because I have an Xbox, and you can hire movies through on Windows, and I thought I saw it on there.
Yeah, it is out. It is out digitally, and when I've Googled it, where I can buy it from, there is places like Booktopia or whatever that you can still buy it from apparently. But something's happened with JB. I don't know what's happening.
I thought the digital got pushed back. I thought the hard copy got pushed back. Digital's out there, but I thought the hard copy got pushed back because I'm trying to get it too. Because I'd rather get those. I like to get those in hard copies and
me too. I get them all on Blu-ray or 4K.
Yeah.
I've heard really bad things though.
Yeah, same of I. So have I, but
I haven't heard anything good.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it. It's never going to live up to the hype of when we read it. And
the problem is that it's such a huge story.
Yeah.
How could you possibly make just one movie out of it? And I don't understand with their thought process because they made 2 Death of Superman movies. That Death of Superman, Reign of Superman. They made 2 Batman Dark Knight movies. They made 2 this, 2 that, and yet Injustice they're bringing it to one movie.
How long does it go for though? What's the runtime?
Oh, I don't know, but I'm assuming
it'll be an hour and a half like they always do.
Yeah. Not enough, that's for sure. It at least need to be at least 5 or 6, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
In the years.
They should have made it a mini-series, really.
Yeah, episodes, yeah.
Dude, so pumped for that. I found that out today, X-Men animated series. Oh,
I never watched the X-Men series. So.
Oh, man.
Look, don't get me wrong. It's cool. I watched it a bit as a kid, but like, I don't care. Like, I'm excited for everyone who is excited, but it's not like, you know what I would have freaked out to? Spectacular Spider-Man Season 3, Earth's Mightiest Hero Season 3. That would have got me jazzed as all hell. I'm just like, that's cool. And I love that.
X-Men animated series continuing on from the original one?
Yeah, they're going to continue. They're calling it X-Men 97, and it's going to continue on from where it left off. So that's I appreciate that. They're continuing a legacy in that sense, and that gives
you
fans
for it. Like probably Bo. That's massive news, isn't it?
Yeah. The X-Men series and the Spider-Man one from the 90s are the most accurate comic book adaptations ever. Like I haven't liked any Spider-Man cartoon series since that one. I wasn't a fan of Spectacular or anything.
Spectacular is the best Spider-Man animated series of all time.
I get really shitty when they change things like making Harry Osborn Venom and all this sorts of crap. And it just.
I'm trying to think it's almost Spectacular. Was that?
No, I'm not talking about
a lot of Connor at the start. A lot of the Lizard guy at the start. Is that?
Yeah, Spectacular is a bit of a retelling of like not so much the origin. Like it's already established he's got the spider powers, but like he's working for Kurt Connors as like an intern in the lab.
Yeah, that's the one.
And Eddie Brock is working there too. The one you're thinking of is the one.
No, that's the one I'm thinking of. No,
the one I was thinking of is the one that came. Then they did Ultimate, and then they did another one just called Spider-Man, and Harry Osborn was Venom. And it was a bit.
Spidey. They done Spidey, wasn't it called Spidey?
No,
I think that's aimed. I think literally at kids. Like that's a little kiddie animated show, 3D animated.
I watch the kiddie animated little show then. Okay.
No, I don't, man. I don't watch Spider-Man. Really, I don't buy every Spider-Man book either. Just spoilers there. You can't keep up with that.
Yeah, well, do they own the animation?
Yeah,
Disney, Marvel, or does Sony own it?
Sony owned it at the time, and then obviously Disney got the rights to it, and they cancelled what was going because they wanted to be more in line with the movie universe.
Disney have the rights to half an hour Spider-Man stuff. Anything more than half an hour is Sony.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you guys say the X-Men show's a lot comic book accurate?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Well, I'm trying to. I have this is one thing I haven't got into yet. Reading Marvel is the X-Men shit, so I might watch the show so that I can
Man, it
understand
does
what the
the
hell's going on.
Phoenix Saga. It does Days of Future Past. It does all.
It's a good show. It definitely. It's just. It wasn't something that like rubs me in the nostalgia as much as Bo, because I didn't watch it as much as a kid. I only more in my adult years, and I appreciate it. Just word of warning: the last season is rough because the production value went down to almost nothing, and it's really not good animation for the last.
How many seasons?
I think 4 or 5.
There's not too much, but yeah, it's all on Disney.
It was a short. The last season was shorter,
Oh, yeah.
and the animation sucks balls. So just as a word of warning, all right?
Nah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, they do.
All right. Trivia Pursuit. We don't have last week's champion, so we're crowning a new champion today. For people that are watching and maybe new to understand, we're having the Talking Pop Culture Live Trivia Pursuit, where I'll ask 10 questions. Whoever has the most answers at the end becomes a champion. If you defend your title, so Mad Spidey from last week, he can still defend his title, but a consistent winner 3 times in a row will win some prizes, either comics, Amazon gift cards, whatever they want. So, the rules are simple. I'll ask the question. Now, the reason I will never be participating in these is because I would win every week. So I try to give everyone a go. You know what I mean? Like the same as when I finally versed
Very
Mark in
generous of
basketball,
you. Very
I'm
generous.
going to destroy him. And Drew, if you're still watching or watch the replay, I'm going to destroy you in basketball too. I'm a very cocky person. However, I will ask the question. If you get it wrong, you miss out on the next question, and the other 2 will have the chance to attempt at that question. If the next person gets it wrong, then the last person will have their final chance. Okay. Now, when I ask a question, hands need to go up. Look like you're getting jacked because I don't want to see no one searching. Okay. So, it's going to be a mix of questions. There'll be Marvel questions. There'll be DC questions. There'll be all kinds of different questions. Our first question is, which Marvel character's rights were sold to avoid bankruptcy? Say your name.
Mark.
Nick.
Sorry, Bo was first. And I forgot to say your name. Bo?
It was. Do you want them all the ones that were sold?
Just the main one.
There's a main one. Oh, okay, maybe I got this wrong. Spider-Man.
Incorrect.
Mark? Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, Mark, but Nick was next in when he said it.
To avoid bankruptcy, Namor.
Incorrect. Mark?
Blade.
Incorrect. It was Fantastic Four.
Really?
Fantastic Four.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, Fantastic Four. Okay, so everyone is in for the next round. Okay?
Right.
Again, say your name. What was Wonder Woman's originally named? You can pass it if you all want to pass it.
Wonder Woman's original name.
Original name.
Jeez. Bo. The Amazon.
No. Do you guys want to pass or do you guys want to?
I'll never get it, so I'm not.
Nah. Obviously, there's an obvious one, but that's clearly not the right answer.
All right. The answer is Suprema.
Okay.
Now, these are all Google related. If people are saying that I'm wrong, it's Google related. Fight Google. Don't fight me. If we all agree that it's a bullshit thing, then we can scrap scrap it. Okay,
Last week's show, I knew the answers to every question. So far, I've known any, so I'm not happy here.
Well, this one is going to test your Marvel knowledge. Which Marvel hero made the first appearance in comics?
The first Marvel hero ever in comics.
Yeah.
Bo.
Bo?
Namor.
Wrong. Hey, I thought you missed out of this one anyway.
Oh, do I? Oh, shit. Sorry.
You're out of this one. But there you go. You got a free. You guys got a free.
Nick, the
Nick?
Human Torch.
Correctamundo.
Oh yeah, Nick, good one, man. Yep.
All right, Bo, you can come back into this one now, even though you were meant to miss out that one. I never knew this one. Which DC villain was once Iranian ambassador to the UN?
Where'd you get these questions this week, mate?
The Iranian ambassador. What? Okay, I got no idea.
Which DC villain? Anyone want to have a crack?
Mark.
Mark.
Black Adam.
Incorrect. Do you want to pass or have a crack?
You an ambassador?
It was the Joker.
Oh.
What? How is anybody going to get that one?
Mark, you have to sit this one out,
Yeah.
which is another hard one. But it was on a documentary. So if you've watched your DC documentaries, you might know this one. Which two DC heroes were meant to be a couple but never were?
I want to say Batman and Robin, but I won't.
That was hilarious. Batman and Robin. Oh, jeez.
It was on a documentary I watched recently.
I got no idea.
Would you all like to pass?
Yeah.
Wonder Woman and Green Lantern.
Someone's
They were
ship
originally planned.
triggering.
Can't imagine why that didn't get through.
What was the first major Marvel title?
Mark.
Mark.
Fantastic Four.
Correct. All right. Nick, I don't know. This one might be hard because I like to throw in some questions that, help my guests out.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the first WWE Undisputed Champion?
Bo.
No.
Chris Jericho.
Correct.
Damn. I was so close to getting that one.
All right, Nick. Hey, I know I try to put questions to my guests that are in their strength. Now, this should be in your strength, though I think it's way out there.
All right, let's see.
What was the first ever Lego set?
Lego set.
You can all answer, not just Mark. Nick, sorry.
Well,
What it was, guys. What it was, if you can know what it was of.
Mark.
Oh,
Hang on. Oh,
Nick.
no, Mark's already said it. Go on, Mark. What is it?
I was just going to say pirate ship.
No, you're out of next question.
Are you saying like the first thing the Lego company ever made? A wooden duck.
Oh, it's debatable. They say this one. I thought I heard someone say the answer in the background.
Well, I don't know.
Are
Then
you gonna lock it? Nah, not duck.
I'm gonna say wooden duck. The first toy the Lego company ever created was a wooden duck on wheels.
And did you have to put it together with Lego?
No, it was a wooden duck.
Okay.
That's the
First
first
Lego.
toy the Lego company ever created.
Lego built item.
Lego Bill, I don't know, it was probably a house.
You gonna lock that in?
Nah, I don't know. I'm just gonna pass.
Pass,
I got no
Bo?
idea. I would have thought it was the duck.
I would go for a guess, but then I get kicked out of the next question, so I'm just going to pass.
Okay, it was a garage door. Item number 234.
Okay, nah.
How did he put that together? Jeez.
All
Just
right.
a wall.
I might have gone a bit too hard with these questions.
Yeah, man.
How many Nightmare on Elm Street movies are there?
Oh,
Bo?
is this including the remake?
Fucked if I know. This is just...
Yeah.
It's the answer.
7.
Incorrect.
Oh,
You forgot Nick.
Nick?
8. You forgot Freddy versus Jason.
Incorrect.
I did too.
Incorrect.
Can I come back in? Can I come back in?
Yes.
Oh, you were out of the
One.
Lego. Were you out of the Lego door? Or did you?
Yeah, I was, but
Nah, you
nine.
can't come back in.
Damn it.
How much is
No.
it? What if you could guess? What was it?
9.
It was 9, but sorry, you were out. All right, it's 1
Oh
all.
yeah, Wes Craven's New Nightmare. I forgot
Where's
Yeah,
about
you
that.
right,
Ravens?
man,
Everyone
yeah.
forgets that one.
I loved West
All right.
Craven's Nightmare.
This will determine the
too.
winner because it's 1 all.
All right.
Question number 10. Which DC character did Stan Lee say was his favorite?
Nick
Nick?
Lobo.
Correct.
Shit. I didn't even know that.
There you go. Nick, you're the champion.
Yeah,
For this
boy.
tweet. Mark, you could have been nearly there, but you got kicked out of the Lego guess. Should have passed it. Should have passed it.
I'm glad I passed it because I was not going to get that. Making Drew
All right, well,
proud.
hopefully Nick can come back to defend it once he defends it 3 times. Well,
I
once we-
probably won't be back next week, so right away I
no,
won't
no,
be
doesn't have to be
defending.
next week, but your
Do we get another shot? Do we get another shot on the
Oh,
show?
okay. So as long as you win 3 times in a row when you're present, I get you.
yeah,
Mhm.
as long as you win 3 times while you're present, then bro, you can come on every week and try to challenge every week. You're more than
I'm
welcome,
not
mate.
giving up until I win one.
Yeah.
Mark, I might just have to start slipping you answers, man. I might have to just do something dodgy here. But there you have it. That was trivia. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in.
That was
to
fun,
Talking
man.
Pop Culture Live. And if any of you want to join in on the trivia, hit me up on Instagram or talkingpopculturelive@gmail.com. And you guys can be a part of this too and try to defend your titles. Head over, subscribe to Direct Market Variant, check out all their cool content. Awesome channel. I've learned a lot more about omnibuses and all of that kind of stuff, which I'm now getting into. They've also sucked me into doing prints. So actually don't go watch them because they're going to suck you into buying a lot of shit that you don't really... Nick, I'm so close with Nick's Lego. I'm so close to starting to get Lego again.
Get it.
So go and check their channel out, man. Awesome content. Please hit the sub on them. And we're looking forward to doing the comic book crawl or collector's crawl in a couple of weeks as well.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome.
As always, thanks for watching, everyone. We appreciate it. And we'll see you guys soon.
Take care.